Hi guys, it's Wasim from Always Web Solutions. In this episode, I'm going to touch some points on Facebook marketing and some tips on how you can actually embrace the new changes that Facebook's implemented, especially by introducing the timeline for businesses. As we all know, by the end of this month, by the end of March, all business profiles will be automatically upgraded to Facebook's timeline feature. So before that, make sure that our pages are fully optimized and we will familiarize ourselves with all the changes that are available on timeline, and so we can go forward and really impress our customers and really start to engage with our customers better. Now, just before I start, I just want to cover some myths and some statistics, especially for businesses, because it's not all about how many likes you have now. It's more about engaging with followers, getting more and more followers to actually talk about you and increasing your reach, because many businesses are under the impression that they need to have more and more likes, get more likes, and if those likes are of those individuals or those users are not actually talking about your business or not actually engaging with you, then there's no point having those X amount of likes. Because sometimes you may have noticed, or many businesses may have noticed, where they've got 50,000 followers or 60,000 followers, and what has happened when they update a post or when they put an update out on the Facebook page, only 3-4 people are actually liking that or actually talking about it or engaging with that. The reason for that is there's actually been some statistics that's been taken, and what it shows is if you have 10,000 followers or 10,000 likes on your Facebook page, your reach is only approximately around about 35%. So what that means, 3,500 people will actually see your post when you update something. Now, this is all the way Facebook decides which content to display in the walls of your followers, and the way Facebook algorithm works. And if you pump that up to about 100,000 followers, if you've got a business with 100,000 followers, doesn't mean every time you put an update out, all of those 100,000 followers will actually see your post. Your reach on 100,000 followers is approximately around about 25%. Which is still great. That's 25,000 people will actually see your update. And if you really push that up to about 1 million followers or 1 million likes that you have on your Facebook page, many businesses do have more than 1 million likes, your reach actually, if you look at the figure, it comes down to about 10%. So you can see the percentage actually starts to reduce. But what you can do as a business is start to engage more with your followers, give them a reason. I went on a webinar with Amy Porterfield recently, and what she actually states is, if you want bottom line results, you must create ways to keep fans coming back for more, collect leads from quality fans, and get them to take action inside and outside Facebook. Okay, so what that means, basically, you want to put something on your Facebook page which encourages people or encourages your fans to come back onto your Facebook, to come back more and more onto your Facebook, similar to your website. If you have a website, you want your visitors to come back again and again and again and start to interact and maybe talk about you on Facebook and also talk about you outside Facebook. So that's what Amy Porterfield is stating there. Those statistics that I talked about earlier on is from the like economy, which I'll put the link in the description below. Now let's go into some of the changes that Facebook's implemented, which you probably already know. Timeline is one of the main one. Now, what timeline is the image which comes across right at the top of your Facebook page. Now, that's like what I'd say. It's like a banner on your website. Now, ideally, you want to come up with creative ways of how you can what images to put there. What Facebook actually wants is it wants you to change that on a regular basis, and they've also put some restrictions there that what kind of images or what kind of timeline cover you can and you can't have. Which again, I'll put the description to the blog, which highlights all of the restrictions you have. But just to give you an idea, some of the restrictions that they've said is you can't have any sort of address or any sort of offers or call of actions on your timeline cover. So again, if you've got an offer, if you've got a sale that's happening, you can't put that on your timeline cover. You can't put an address. You can't put any call of actions on your timeline cover. So you can't encourage your followers, click on the link below or click over here to come this or click here to get this voucher. and the timeline cover can't be dominated by text. It has to be some imagery. So what Facebook's really trying to do is really push out image, really push out your brand. Now, as a business, okay, there's some restrictions you can't do. You know, it's a bit of a shame that you can't, you know, put any offers or sales. But what you can do is be a bit more creative in it. Now, there's a couple of options you could do. You can have the simple option where you have the image at the top, and you've got your logo and you've got your brand, so really showing out your brand and showing off what you do. The other way you can actually use the timeline cover is if you've got any particular products or any upcoming sales or any upcoming products that's actually happening. So not sales, ignore that. But what you could do is raise curiosity. So you can take a picture of a product that you may be launching in the summer, put that onto your timeline cover, and maybe put coming soon or something like that. So again, it raises curiosity, gets more and more people to talk about you, to talk and ask you questions on Facebook. And then it's just, what I'd say is, as I said, it's like your website banner. So whatever you change on your website, maybe you could have something similar on your Facebook cover, so it has that consistency. Users know exactly that they're on the right fan page and it's the same company that they're dealing with. And also if it's an image, images are a great way to increase engagement with your audience and with your followers. The other thing you could also do with your timeline cover is, if you're a high street shop, maybe take a picture of your shop and upload the picture of your shop front. Again, it builds that local authority and gives users assurance that, you know, this is the business that I'm looking for. So again, you're reaching out to your audience and trying to interact with them, and make sure the size is right. It's 851 by 315 pixels wide, so try to upload the banner according to that size. If you upload anything larger or anything smaller, it'll stretch or it'll crop it to that particular size, and the image may not come out crisp as it should be. So again, if you're in touch with a graphic designer, or if you know a graphic designer, get them to do some banners for you, which you could upload onto your timeline cover. You know, if you're a retail shop or even an online store, you could have the timeline cover changed on a monthly basis, depending on what offers you're having, or what, you know, depending on the season. But again, just keep the restrictions in mind, what you can and what you can't do, because if Facebook don't like your timeline cover, they can pull it down, and what that would mean is you have to upload another one. So that's some points on the timeline. Another feature that Facebook's also implemented is custom tabs, custom apps. This used to be known as custom tabs before, so it's exactly the same as that, but it's been renamed to apps. And what this is right under the timeline cover, you see those boxes. It displays 3 boxes. Now this is your custom apps, and again, you can be a bit more creative with there. You can put call of actions in there. You can give a reason to your followers to click on your apps. You know, don't put an app there and then think that, you know, this is it. Put a reason there. Make sure, again, be a bit more creative with the design. So it's 111 by 74, that's the thumbnail size of the box, and when somebody clicks on it, what you could do is make sure the app's like an HTML editor. And what you could include in there is anything basically. If you're trying to build a mailing list, you could put, encourage users to leave them your email address. If you've got any offers that you want to put in there, you could do that. You can even ask users to download this voucher or click here to claim something that they get a certain discount on. Again, be a bit more creative with your timeline. It's something that you want your visitors to come, you want your followers to come back again and see what apps or what updates you've done on your custom apps. And the width of the app, once somebody clicks on it, it's 810 pixels wide. So it's more like a website. It's like a mini website or a mini web page on your Facebook profile. Again, a great way. So make sure that you do take full advantage of these apps. And as I said, you can display 3 at the top, which gets automatically displayed right under your timeline cover, but you can actually have up to 12 apps at one particular time. So there's a little arrow on the right hand side. When a user clicks on that, it opens up the rest, so you can see all 12 apps for that particular business. So again, make sure that you do choose the 3 apps that do get displayed right on the timeline. Make sure you choose them wisely. Again, trying to increase engagement, trying to get users to actually click on these apps. So make sure you do put the 3 apps at the top, which are the most important ones, which users will click on. And again, as I said, be creative and give a reason for the users to come back and like that particular app. Then another feature that Facebook's actually implemented in the new one is highlight posts, which I think is fantastic. What that does is, because the posts or the updates are displayed in two columns, you've got some on the left hand side and you've got some on the right hand side, and if you really want to shout about something, if you really want to highlight something, you can click on the little star icon right when you update a post, and what that does is stretches the post across the width of your profile. Now if you've got some images that you want to highlight, videos, a perfect way to highlight that, any particular products, offers, sales, anything that you want your users to see in front of them, click on that highlight post and it'll stretch it across your whole profile page. So it's a great way if someone's really skimming down your Facebook page and you want to show them certain parts of your Facebook or certain updates that you've put, highlight those posts so the users can actually easily see them. Great way to do that is with images, photos, and any updates or offers that you have with the highlight. Now I wouldn't recommend you to really abuse that and have that highlight on most of your posts, because that will just be something normal that, you know, this page always has highlights on. So be again, bit creative with it. Don't highlight every other post, maybe once a week or once every other day, depending on your audience, depending on what sort of business you're in. So again, that's a feature that you can use in the business, and you should use that maybe once a week or every other day, depending on what you're updating. And another great feature that Facebook's really put in place is the pin post. What that does is when you update a post and you want to pin it at the top of your Facebook page, you can click on the little pen icon and then click on pin to the top. What that does is it pins that post right at the top of your Facebook page, or right at the top of your wall, I'd say, and it stays there for actually 7 days. So if you've got any, maybe like a survey that you're doing or a competition that you're running, or if there's any post that you really want your visitors or you want your audience to see and stay at the top, you can pin that at the top. You can't use the pin and the highlight post together, it's one or the other, so decide which one you want to do. Maybe after you've pinned it, then you can highlight it to stretch across your Facebook page. But again, after 7 days, the post will be unpinned, and then it'll start to push down along with the rest of your content every time you update something. So the main difference between highlight and the pin post is highlight is it gets stretched across the page, and then the pin post actually stays at the top of the page and doesn't get pushed down with the rest of your content. So decide which option you want to use and use it accordingly. And then another feature that Facebook's implemented is Milestones. So if you've got something to really boast about, really show off about, or if you won any awards, or if there's a new product that's been launched into your business, or if there's a new site that you've opened up, or a new country that you've gone into, it's a milestone. So use advantage of the milestone feature. Make sure it gives you an option to add description, add text, link, photos. So again, take some time out, put some description into it. Also put a link, always put a link in your milestone, because you can put a certain amount of text in and maybe put a link to a blog post or a news article, or maybe a link to your website, so users can actually find out more about this milestone. And also make sure that you do upload images accordingly onto your milestone. Just want to touch back on the pin a post. The pin a post section also allows you to target certain areas, which is great. So let's say, for example, I want this post to only be pinned for my audience that are in London, and what I can do is click the geographical settings and set the settings to London, and what that would mean is only my audience that are in London would see this post pinned at the top, and the rest of them will not see that. So again, it's a great way if you've got promotions or if you've got offers in certain areas or certain countries or certain cities, you can use that geographical tool to really push out the post where you want it to show. And then you've got the About Us section. Now the About Us section is the section right next to the logo. You've got a bit of text. Now many businesses again don't use that to its advantage. They just put, for example, the online retailer or your local your local clothing shop or your local car dealer. So you've got 165 characters. Make sure you use all of that. Also put a link into it, but again, be a bit more descriptive with your description, and make sure you fill that section up fully. So you can do that in the settings of your business profile section. And then the admin section, you may have noticed with the new timeline profile, the admin section for a business is right at the top, and it's more prominent and easy to see. Before, you had to click on one of the tabs or the apps on the left hand side and click on Insight, so you can quickly see exactly what post is working, what post has got the most reach, how many people are actually liking that post, and how many people have reshared that post. Again, what I find is many businesses don't actually use the insights or the analytics that Facebook provide to the full advantage. Every time you post an update out, take some time out to see how that post has performed, see how many people have actually liked that post, how many people have reshared it, how many people actually saw that post and didn't do anything. So it gives you an idea of what time of the day is best to post, and what kind of post does spark more engagement and get users to actually follow you and to ideally talk about you the most. So the admin section, make sure you do use that to its full potential. Another point that you have to keep in mind, that with the new timeline profile, there's some statistics that are now available to the public for a business, such as if you go into a profile and you click on the the number of likes that the business has, a new page pops up which shows how many, well, it gives statistics of what's been the most popular week for that particular business or for that particular business profile. What's been the most popular age group, and also what's been the most popular city. So again, it's great for your competitors if you want to go and do some research and get a bit of insight of how your competitors' profiles working and how it's performing. You can click on the like tab or app, I'd say, and it gives you those insights. So if you are switching over to the timeline profile, or when you do switch over to the timeline profile, these statistics and these analytics will be available for the general public. And then you've got another really cool feature, which is the messaging system. It's like a contact us form on your website, where somebody clicks on the message, a form pops up where they can send you a direct personal message. A great way for a business to use that as part of their customer service. What you could do is prompt your followers or prompt your audience to use the messaging service, and rather than typing out any queries or any problems they may be having onto your wall. Again, what it does, it drives all that negative comments and negative queries off your wall and into your personal message inbox. Before you switch that on, make sure that you can handle an extra inbox, because there is an extra inbox that you do have to manage and reply to, and it's quite easy to switch it on. You just have to go into your admin, manage settings, and from the permissions you can tick a box which then switches on the message box or switches off the message box. But at least you know that feature is available there, and you can switch it on and off as and when you like. And then, just before we finish, we've got the Facebook deals. This has always been there, and I see many businesses don't actually use that to its full potential. What you could do is, to get more information on that, all you have to do is go to facebook.com/deals/check-ins. I'll put a link again in the description below. But what you could do is create deals for your Facebook page or for your Facebook followers, and encourage them to come to your business, come to your premises. Now there's 3 types of deals that you could actually create, or there's 4. One's a charity. There's an individual deal. So for example, if I like you on Facebook, I open up this deal and I'm entitled to a so-and-so deal. So a business can go and create that deal for all the Facebook fans. Another deal is the loyalty deal. So the more time they buy of you, the more time they come to your premises, or the more time that you actually see them in your premises, they check in, and what it does is, after a certain period of time, the way you've set the deal is it releases a loyalty deal. So you could do that maybe after every 10 check-ins, every 50 check-ins, or every 80 or 100 check-ins. So you can change that in the settings section. A perfect way for a restaurant or for a coffee shop to really bring those customers back into your premises and get them coming in more and more again. And then you've got a friends deal, which is like a group deal. So let's say, for example, me and my friends were to go to a restaurant, and that restaurant's actually got they're using the Facebook deals. So if they say that 8 of my friends come to this restaurant, we'll be entitled to 50% of our meal. So again, as a business owner, as a restaurant owner, you could switch that deal on and get users to actually come into your business and take advantage of any of the loyalty deals, the individual deals, or the friends deal. You can only have one deal at one particular time, so see which one works best for your business, but make sure that you do take advantage of those deal sections. Now, just to recap again, every time you upload an image on the new timeline cover, you may have noticed timeline does give extra prominence to those images, to videos, and they really get displayed large compared to your normal text. And images, I'd actually encourage businesses and individuals to upload images, because images are a great way to really spark engagement, really get your followers to like you and interact with you, and maybe even talk about you on your Facebook page. So, and then every time you upload a product or upload an image, make sure it's the right sizes. So you've got the timeline size, which is 851 by 315 pixels, and then you've got the custom apps page size, which is 810 pixels, and then you've got the thumbnail, which is 111 by 74. So make sure that you do upload images according to the right size, and get more and more people to talk about you, get more and more people to really engage with you on Facebook, and really broaden your reach, get as much reach as possible. And some type of post that you could do is you can update, you can ask questions, put a poll, a survey, anything that you will encourage your followers to come on to your Facebook and interact and like you. So again, you can have competitions, you could there's plenty of options. What I'll do, I'll put some lists below of the different types of posts and how you can actually use that to your full advantage. But that's all, folks, for this episode. I hope you find it beneficial. You can get more information on Facebook and social media on our blog on alrayswebsolutions.com/blog. You can also check us out on Google+, on Facebook, and also on Twitter. See you next week.